What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run. Just waiting on some food. About to have a quick lunch. In case you want to know what that is, no, it's not a fish sandwich. I'm actually going to have some teriyaki chicken and rice. I'm just waiting a few minutes for them to go ahead and make the new batch of teriyaki chicken. Now, why do I have that? Well, it works out well for my diet. It's a way for me to get rice, the carbs before my workout and the protein to go along with it. It's one of them elite level things that you should have, that you should fit into your diet if you're trying to, make some positive changes on your physique. But let's get into the topic at hand. The Young Turks are over there having a bit of problems. It looks like Cenk Uygur has fired his ultra leftist contributor, Francesca Fiorentini. I'm not surprised by this. I think the writing was on the wall. This was bound to happen. She has been disrespectful to him in the past. I don't know what arrangement that they had in terms of what she's allowed to say or not say, but I'm pretty sure that didn't include her taking shots at him and calling him a bitch on her pod. She has her pod, the bituation room, which, I mean, that should tell you just the name of that, exactly what you need to know about her, all that you need to know about her. Some play on the situation room, just you're dealing with one of the leftist lunatics, so these are the sorts of things that we've come to expect and receive from them. But they're basically cannibalizing themselves. Cenk Uygur, he's pretty left. He comes center for a few different things, but on other things he's still pretty far left. This is a guy that was championing boys playing against girls until high school. No. I think he said at the collegiate level. It was either high school or the collegiate level, man. I can't remember if he changed his position on it or not, but he was okay with it at one point, and then he kind of shifted his opinion about it a bit, but not completely. I think basically he was saying high school and up is when you shouldn't allow it. Okay, whatever. But she didn't agree with that, as I wasn't surprised. She was basically saying that his opinions, he's a bitch for them. He was doing some partnership with Dr. Phil. He did some collab with Dr. Phil, and he said that he looked like a bitch for that. And this is your boss. It's not usually a good idea to throw out videos into the ether, just basically being super duper disrespectful to the guy that's giving you an opportunity to have a platform. I mean, she had a large signal boost to her pod because of her attachment to the Young Turks. So not only is it really disrespectful to go and talk about your boss this way, the person that gave you the opportunity that you have, but this is also bad business. I mean, I don't know exactly what she was trying to accomplish with this. I don't know in her mind how she thought this would go, but she, for whatever reason, I don't know if this was a power play or what, demanded for her podcast to be removed from Young Turks network, and he just was like, you know what, I'm gonna just remove her entirely. We're not gonna see her anymore. You're not gonna see her anymore. You cannot play the leftist game, because you can't win it. This is a woman, just to give you an idea of the sorts of things that she very passionately champions for. She said she would be okay with Messi playing women's soccer. She would be okay with Usain Bolt racing against women. She would be okay with Floyd Mayweather fighting women. The irony of this is that these types are usually raging feminists. So why in the world would you be okay with putting women in a situation where they would be crushed by men? They're usually raging feminists that hate men. Yet you're pushing so hard for a scenario where men, who they typically have no respect for, mind you, would be up against women in a situation where they have no chance in winning. It's just insane. But again, logic and reasoning goes out of the window when you deal with these people. That's why you don't play the game with these people. You can't win because they make the rules up as they go along. And when you think you know the rules, they'll change them on a whim. Anyone who thinks that it is a good idea for Floyd Mayweather to box against women, they're crazy. It just shows you how out of touch with reality these folks are. So I mean, I don't know. It's insane because Cenk Uygur's opinions, they are far left. But because he's not as like off the charts batshit as she is, he's like 80% there. She views him as being far right. If you aren't in league with them 100%, you will be seen as being far right. It's like, think about this. I'm a break it down for y'all. So tough with this. Yesterday's Democrats are today's far right. And what I mean by that is, if you think about the Democrats from the 90s, their beliefs, because remember, they believe that marriage was between a man and a woman. They believe that boys are boys and girls are girls. This wasn't even a thing to be discussed. This wasn't a debate. It was a non-debate. Those Democrats today would be seen as extreme far rights by the current left. That's how insane it has gotten here, man. And I'm not gonna hold you up. Seeing them at each other's throats like this, it's very amusing. I get entertainment from it. I'm not gonna say I get delight from it, because I don't believe that I do. But it is somewhat entertaining to watch how the moment you step out of line, even a little bit, they go insane. The nerve of someone attacking the person in public that gave them the opportunity that they have. And I recall her saying something about, she was talking to some other guy with his legs crossed. She was saying how they refuse to learn from us. And that's really what they think. If you don't agree with everything that these insane people say, it's because you don't know enough. It's because you haven't done enough research. It's because you're ignorant. You have no idea what you're talking about. You couldn't possibly have looked at the same stuff I've looked at and formed your own opinion about it. No, you're not educated enough on the topic, because if you were, you'd agree with me completely. That's how they do, man. All right, let me know what you guys think about this one. I'm not a fan of Cenk Uygur, never have been. I'm definitely behind him on this one, though. I mean, first off, they never should have fallen in line with this chick in the first place. That was his fault to begin with. You know, you have to vet people more effectively. But to be reasonable and be fair, it's hard to vet these people on the left, because you just don't know when they're going to crash out. Some of them may seem normal, uh but they're not. But certain ones, are higher risk than others. If they're one of those raging feminists while talking about the very contradictory thing of putting men in a situation where they can dominate over women, that's a red flag, man. You shouldn't bring somebody like that on board. So I support him getting rid of her, but this is a bad case of your fault when it comes to the Young Turks situation. All right, though. Let me get out of here, y'all. I'm going to go get my stuff. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.